studio, so we're just dealing with straight phone camera audio. Anyway, long story short, what we're doing, we're making a mock scrape and see what happens. We got a camera out here already on this little boat plot. There's nothing growing in this food plot. As soon as my oats started coming up, the deer ate them down to the dirt. And it's just been a mess between deer and hogs. We haven't had much. So we're full rut right now. I'm talking about full bore. 1st of December in Louisiana. Starting to have some good cold days. So we're gonna slip in here. We're gonna put this out. We're gonna hunt it this evening. I don't expect it to be really doing much this evening. Maybe a couple hours before we sit in the stand, but we'll go from there. But over the span of a couple of days, I'll keep you all updated. See if we get anything on the camera. If we don't get anything this evening, which, like I said, I don't expect to, but let's get it done, and I'll take y'all along with me. Show you my little setup here on this stand. Got the ground blind that me and Ridge hunt out of. You know, he loves coming hunting with his daddy, and he ain't quite ready for height shit. But I've got my ladder stand right there, that y'all can see, and we're gonna put this mock scrape and doe estrus rope right here, not far from either one of these stands. I actually think I'm gonna hunt it with a 30-30, kind of switch it all up. And then of course I got my camera down on that end of the plot right now. Man, look at what they did. It's nothing. I came back and I put about, I don't know, 200 pounds of seed on this little bitty spot right here. And nothing came up. We just didn't get any rain. Got some of that old wild clover looking stuff. That thing will focus. But it just ain't enough. Alright, so getting ready to make my mock-up scrape here. And I'm looking at 2 limbs. That one I really like, but I think it's gonna be a little bit too high. I ain't got quite that much rope. This one here, it comes out pretty far on the edge, but it's a little bit lower by about 2 foot. So I think that's the one I'm gonna use. So I'm using rope, just some little cheap Harbor Freight rope. A lot of people use the more straw, the brown type rope. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just, you can use whatever. So the way I do it here, you don't ever want to put your bare hands in it, scent it all up with human scent. So what I'll do is I'll hang my rope here on the end of this limb, and then I'll go way over there, and I'll get me a pretty decent little stick, and I'll come over here and right up under this rope, I'm gonna scrape that out, and that's where I'm gonna put my scent on the rope. My first time applying the scent, I put it on there, you know, saturate the rope enough to where it'll drip just a little bit. But the main concern is keeping it on the end of the rope, and that way the mother bucks can come through. And this will really, really elevate your hunting, especially in a little bow plot like this, like I got here. I mean, it's surrounded by beautiful, beautiful little saplings and undercut, and they love it. They bed all up in here. I've got a 40-acre patch right here. This is actually the property where the YouTube channel and the company got its name, Back 40 Outdoors, Back 40 TV. This is that property. This is actually the property I killed my first deer ever when I was 9 years old. Killed it right here. But anyway, I'm gonna get my rope tied up, and I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna get me a limb, you know, mark my ground up, and then get our scent added to it. Like I said, we're gonna hunt this evening. We're gonna hunt out of the ground blind. We'll see what happens. I don't expect a whole lot to happen, but we've got the spy point right over there, and it'll be keeping a good eye on this for us. All right, calling an audible. I think I've got enough rope. If I can reach this limb, I'm gonna hang it on here. It's closer to the camera, more center of the food plot, and sticks out a little bit further. So I think I'm gonna use it. Move, son. Hey, can't you see YouTube's trying to watch me? All right, got that rope on. Had just enough. It's kind of perfect height. I'm 6'2", so I like putting it a little bit lower than my shoulders. That way they can, get their nose up there, and they really got to kind of work for it, as far as I'm concerned. Other people do it different. They hang it about waist high. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just not the way I do it. Product we're using, Wildlife Research Center Active Scrape. This is a full spectrum scent. Good stuff. Like I said, you don't need a whole lot. You can see I soaked mine, just stuck it down in the bottle. And what it'll do is, what don't soak up in that root, it'll drip right there. And of course I put a little bit on the ground, but it'll drip right there, and they'll come running. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here just a little ways and just throw out some doe estrus, one little spot, and let them know that these does are hot. All right, so the doe estrus we're using, again, Wildlife Research Center. This is the golden estrus. It's good stuff. I've been using this for years. I love it. But right over here in the corner, you can see our mock scrape right there. It's gonna come over here, not quite on the tree line, but pretty close to it, about 3/4 of the way off the side of the food plot. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the ground and let it sit. Hey, get out the camera, dude. Come here, get out the way. Some good stuff. Look, so my little doe estrus is right here by Merle. My mock scrape is right there. Okay. Fresh. Entry trail there. Trail there. Another trail over here in the corner. And then they got one big trail that they actually use it a lot. And it's hard to believe, but they've been using the same trail right here since I was a little boy. Right up through there. But anyway, this is how I make my mock scrapes, how I put out my doe estrus and everything. When they're rutting, it is time to hunt. I even come off of duck hunting a little bit to enjoy some time with my son, enjoy some peace and quiet for myself, getting out here and deer hunting. So they changed the rules in Louisiana this year in certain areas because of CWD, or chronic waste disease. We can't feed at all in my area, not even broadcast on the ground. For a few of us, it didn't hurt really, because we plant food plots every year, and they do us good. But there ain't nothing like a good corn pile to get a deer right where you want to for the perfect shot for your bow stand, right? This kind of gives you that cheat code during the rut to try to get them bucks in, and even passing does, they're gonna pay attention. But if you want that big mature buck to come pay attention to you and give you a good shot, this is the way to do it. Guys, mock scrapes are so underrated. It's like water motion and duck decoys. A lot of people, they don't understand the value in, a mock scrape. I mean, trust me, it's like the deer hunting cheat code. I've got a 140-inch deer on my wall, and mock scrapes where it's at. And look, you can barely see it right there, that root. I mean, they don't mind it at all. I get any pictures, I'll be posting them and everything. If y'all want to, you can follow me on Facebook at Back 40 Outdoors. You can follow me on TikTok at Back 40 Outdoors. You can follow me on Snapchat. I do post a little bit there, not a whole lot. I'm not a big Snapchat guy, but you can follow us on Snapchat. The username there is MossyOak32. It's been that way since I was a little bit younger. But anyway, if you guys want to follow us there, you can. Please support the channel, support the content. Hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you're new here and you like this type of content, maybe you got something out of it, follow us. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all the social media. Be glad to see you there. We do giveaways every now and then. I'm a small channel. I'm a small operation, so I can't afford to give away a dually or anything. We do try. I try to give back as much as I can because I love y'all. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for y'all. I don't make money doing this hardly, but I love doing it. But anyway, we're going to hunt this afternoon, so I got to go get ready for that. And we're duck hunting in the morning. I'm going to film both of those, so expect some content coming. If you don't see a deer hunting video right after this, then, well, probably didn't do so good this afternoon. But hey, at least we won't get skunked. Even if I can kill a doe and put some meat in the freezer, it'll be my first deer of the year. we'll see how it goes. But duck hunt tomorrow, me, Duty, and Trip. We're gonna be on them, going off the river. It's gonna be a fun time. If you made it to this point in the video, comment down below and just say, hey, we got it. That way I know you made it to the end of the video. Maybe you enjoyed this little bit of content that I got. Again, thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll catch y'all on the next video on Back 40 TV.